Hi, this is Calvin Cox. It is, one second please. It is September 5th, 2013, 9:23 p.m. and it's Thursday evening. Now what I'm going to say, I hope I can say this correctly. This morning when I got on the internet and they had some pre-quotes by the somebody doing something on Yahoo, and I was in the bracket that the Obamacare is going to cost about, for me, probably at least $350 a month, if not more. And I'm just trying to say this the right way. I went a little bit cuckoo this morning. I'm like, dude, I can hardly even afford to buy groceries now and keep a roof over my head. Okay? You're forcing people to buy into your idea. The American public did not vote on the idea of Obamacare. And Obama is never going to have to live under what he's imposing on everybody else. He's a millionaire. He can get any coverage he wants for the rest of his life, him and his children, for generations. There won't be any problem. Clinton is promoting Obamacare. My feeling, and I'm going to show in a minute, I think it's a bad idea because Clinton himself will never have to live under Obamacare also. The whole problem with Obamacare, it's someone's idea on a piece of paper that looks really good, but it doesn't apply to them. They'll never have to live under it. That's what makes it so hugely unfair. And they're applying it to this group of people and saying, here, you get this, and you don't get to discuss it with us. You don't, I mean, you just have to take it and accept it and pay for it, period. That's it. No discussion, no vote, no democratic process on it, whatever. Forget it. You're going to do that. Okay, that's hugely unfair. For someone like me, it's going to bankrupt me. I'm already poor now. I'm unbelievably poor. I honestly, I went to the grocery store the other day and bought a couple of bags, $55. Okay? I'm not eating fancy. I'm just eating very, very basic stuff. Okay? This is going to turn me into oatmeal, toast, and water, and that's all you get. How is that benefiting me? That's going to make me physically sick. It's insane. So, I said, how in the world can I prove my point from another point of view? And that, this is Kathy and Alan's cat, Mocha, which right now is driving me crazy. Mocha, you need to let me finish my talk anyway. So, I was like, you know, first of all, people who can afford health insurance, they buy health insurance. Okay, for them it works. It's the thing to do. People who can't afford health insurance, even Obamacare, it's going to be too much money. They're just not going to be able to afford it. It's going to, you know, hurt a lot of people. Some people, I believe, is actually going to drive them to the street. And I believe it's going to drive millions of people to the street. And it's really crazy, October 1, it's like, you know, here it is, here's the, you know, you got to buy into this, man, you got 6 months to make up your mind, that's it, and if not, we're going to fine you, and, you know, you better get the fuck on the bandwagon. That's totally insane. It's totally against the American way of doing things. Anyway, so I had to look at it from another perspective, more persuasive perspective, which was, in fact, I got on the internet and I found out 16% of the USA population doesn't have health care. Okay, so 310 million USA citizens times 16% is 49,600,000 people. And I figured the base amount is going to be, I needed some number to work with, so I said $300 a month. So that equals $3,600 a year. So I took I took 49,600,000 people times $300 a month, which is $3,600 per year, comes out to $178 billion, $560 million. Then I divided that by 50, and it came out to $3,571 million per state. That's if you divided all the people equally per state and everything. I just did it that way because I got to come up with some number. So then, using the law of economics, where $1 spent generates $5 for a capitalist society, every dollar spent generates $5 of spending behind it. So $3,571 million times 5 comes up to $17,855 million that every state will not have. Okay, now to spend, because all the money that's going to be going to the health insurance companies is going to profit them. Let me tell you something. These health insurance companies have been having to deal with this and that and whatever, and just trying, they are going to have a heyday. They are going to rake in so much freaking money. All these people, this is the state of Maryland, all these people who are relatively healthy and aren't going to need health insurance are now going to be forced to buy into something that is so freaking overpriced. The health insurance companies are going to be raking in a fortune. They're going to be raking in $3.5 billion that they didn't have before. Now it's all going to come to them. How fucking insane can someone be to force $3.5 billion, and that's without multiplying the other $5 thing for every dollar behind it, into someone's hands like they really deserve it? Okay? They do not. So basically, taken as a whole, the whole U.S. economy is going to suffer by $178,560 million. Okay? And that's before you even times that 5. That's like $1 trillion a year, almost, that the whole USA economy now is not going to have. And we're already having trouble. Okay? My feeling is, if Obama wants to straighten out the healthcare stuff, leave people like me alone. Don't make me buy into something. Don't fine me because I don't agree with your plan. I think it sucks personally. But the whole point is, force change in the healthcare industry, looking at it from the point of view that it is a national security interest. And it is. Healthcare, housing, transportation, healthcare. Well, no, it's changed. It's housing, healthcare, transportation is what things actually cost in that order now. Those are essential things we have to have, along with food, clothing, education, top 7 or 8 things. Force nursing homes to become nonprofits. Force every other hospital to become a nonprofit. And, Obama wants to argue his point on everything. Okay, argue from the point it's a national security interest because healthcare is destroying this country. The cost of it is so ridiculously high, people cannot afford it. Half the country on down in population cannot afford it. It's hurting the economy. And the other side of it is, when you give all this money to these health care companies, the insurance companies, they don't invest it in the economy. It's not going to stimulate shit. What they do is they turn around and put it in low growth investments. All kinds of investments that don't stimulate anything. That's why it's another bad reason. You're cramming something down my throat you have no right to cram down my throat. And then you turn around and giving it to someone making them filthy rich, and they're not going to invest it in a way that's going to stimulate the economy. That's three bad major things against this. I wish people would dump this idea, period. Thank you.